All right, so now we're going to talk about something very serious, and you'll find that on Cue the Real Talk, we're able to bring you a lot of big deals, and a big deal means before it's gone. It has a limited amount of time when we can show you this particular kit at this price, and when it's gone, then it's gone at that big deal price, so definitely take advantage of it. I'm going to start this way. This is beloved. Our big deals are many times either new or something that you told us that you love. There are 450 five-star reviews on this. If you were to buy this anywhere else, you would pay just for the hearing aids alone $689. Now you're going to get the pair, obviously, of the hearing aids. You're going to get a portable charging case, which will allow you to charge from there and give you two times more charging capabilities on it. You're going to get the cable that you need. You're going to get the power adapter, which is right back here. You're going to get 6 earbuds on this, so it'll fit perfectly, a cleaning brush, a wax guard kit, and then a really nice 1-year protection plan and a hearing specialist appointment on video chat. I'm not sure. Let me pick this up so that you could kind of see it. So here are those earbuds. Here is the brush that you're going to use. All right, this is how you're going to get started. And before we go to the video, let me just tell you, the specialist appointment, if you had to do that separately, would be $100. The protection plan would be another $48. You're saving $297. No prescription, no hearing test, no going back and forth to the doctor. See if you can relate to this.
Hi there, and welcome to the bistro. My name is Sarah, and I'll be taking care of you today. Can I start you off with something to drink? Maybe some water.
Or a fresh iced tea. Our specials today are the classic cheeseburger and the crispy chicken salad, both really popular.
Hey, did you go to the feed store the other day?
Yeah, I did. I went and picked up a bunch of grain and hay, and I got food for the chickens, too.
And are we on track with the square bales that we have now? Is that going to last long enough?
We will need, in 2 weeks, we'll need to go and get more hay.
Okay.
Good evening, I'm Chris Davis, and this is your local news update. Our top story tonight, a local sports team has won a championship, bringing home the trophy for a thrilling final game. Fans are celebrating all over the city. We'll have more on this exciting victory.
You're going to hear a very compelling story from one of the gentlemen who actually helped to develop and design this patented Audien Ion Pro behind-the-ear hearing aid. He and his 3 friends could really relate to this because they had a grandfather, each one of them, that struggled with being able to hear. And when you hear his story, you're really going to see how this doesn't only affect you, but it affects the family. So help us say good morning to Ishan Patel. Hi, Ishan. How are you?
Hi, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to have you with us. Thank you for being here. Big deal. The savings is excellent on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're so happy to be QVC's top hearing aid and most favored by all the wonderful customers. And for me, it really started when I was about 8 years old. I learned how much families suffer from hearing loss. My grandfather has pretty significant hearing loss, and it pretty much took my ability to have a relationship completely away with him. And so for almost 10 years when I was young, I thought, does Grandpa not like me? Does he not want to spend time with me? It turns out he was just struggling from hearing loss, and it caused him to become so isolated, depressed, and really just removed from the family. And the craziest part is when we finally tried to go get him help, he had to go through weeks of doctor's visits, appointments, just terrible experiences that was really just challenging to motivate him to do. And then they said, hey, this hearing aid, if you want to be able to interact with your family, you want to be able to hear your grandchildren laugh, or your wife say, I love you, it's going to be $6,000 for the pair. And
Wow.
So when the FDA created over-the-counter hearing aids, saying that we could get hearing aids without a prescription, without a hearing test, and bring really similar level or even better level quality for new technology for a fraction of the price, my co-founders and I knew this was something that absolutely had to change. And that's ultimately what led to the creation of the Ion Pro. Is we wanted to give people that $5,000-$6,000 hearing aid experience for literally less than 10 times that amount, right? Because it's just non-negotiable that somebody is able to hear again, that somebody is able to connect with a loved one, or somebody is able to even wake up in the morning and feel like they want to go outside, go to dinner, spend time with their loved ones. And that's ultimately what we focused on here with the Ion Pro.
Well, I love that we gave everybody everything that they need. This is probably one of the most complete kits I think that we've ever done. And considering that these have over 450 five-star reviews, it's amazing. Now, there's some things I think that everybody needs to understand, and that is, and we can kind of show it to you here with some graphic support, is who are these for?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, over-the-counter hearing aids are for people with mild to moderate hearing loss, which represents like 85% of the hearing loss population, right? We know that there are about 1 billion people in the world that are affected from hearing loss directly. And then, when you count the family members like myself, it adds up to the majority of people. I think everyone has had that loved one that just struggles to hear the TV, and when they sit with them, it's just so loud, right? Or that when you're in a room and you're trying to talk to them at the dinner table, you can just tell they're not catching every word, or they have to sit on a specific side, right? So this is for people who just want to take back their hearing health, who don't want to have to spend thousands of dollars, or maybe can't, right? Who want something that can be delivered directly to your door at home, used right out of the box in just a couple of minutes with an easy setup, and really be provided with the quality of product and support that they deserve, but without the really, really crazy price tags and the really inaccessible methods of even getting these other devices in the first place.
So let's talk about how simple this is, because in the past, some required this, that, and the other thing. But you were particular, you and your friends who created this were very particular to make this easy for us to be able to set up.
Yes, absolutely. So we wanted to make sure we gave all the functionality and the customization of a hearing aid that would typically be 10 times more expensive than this, but it had to be the easiest to use. So we actually reinvented the entire app control process, because when people hear app control, they think, oh no, is this going to be too complicated? I don't want to have to deal with that. But the reality is we understood that, and we heard that from our over 1 million customers nationwide when we were developing this product. So just like you showed, these products are actually even more invisible. Like I'm wearing the most popular pair of headphones. You're wearing the Ion Pro. I can't even tell you're wearing it all. And I think it's pretty clear what I'm wearing, right? Like when you look at us side by side. So that was the first thing. It had to be even more invisible. That ear tip that goes in your canal is so much smaller than even the in-the-ear models, because the technology is able to fit in discreetly behind your ear, while the ear tip is just the earbud that goes in the ear. So this is a product that actually fits more people sometimes than the in-the-ear variations, where you can't quite get the piece in the ear canal. So that's the big competitive advantage to behind the ear. Obviously, we designed it so that it works with glasses fantastically, and you have no issues there. Now, from an ease of use standpoint, we needed to make it so that in just a couple of clicks, you were up and running. So that's where the Getting Started guide comes in. You can see here that we give you the Let's Getting Started guide. You open it up, really simple here, right? It tells you exactly how to utilize the base functionality of the app, which, by the way, is so intuitive. And then on the back is just the ability to scan it, to go on the link, and to get it done. So let me show you what you're going to be working with. You're going to open the hearing aids up, and you're going to connect them in one click. And once they're connected, this is all you have to do to be able to have a fully customized, almost prescription level experience for, again, that fraction of the cost. You can see there's buttons to control the volume left and right. You can control the different environmental modes down at the bottom, depending on the situation you're in. You can even toggle that background noise reduction on and off if you want to hear the birds, a little further, or if you want to cut out that background noise in the restaurant. Now, you click the Devices tab, and you can update between 6 hearing profiles that we developed with a 6-time Grammy-winning audio engineer. So what this means is that play button you see there, all you do is click play, you listen to the sound profile, and you select the one that sounds the clearest to you. That is it. There's no complicated fittings. There's no complicated, graphs or testing that needs to be done. It is something that is delivering a really high level, customized experience, and you can use as much or as little of it as you want. And let's not forget, you have full Bluetooth audio streaming. You can take phone calls and do everything you need from the device. So at the end of the day, we had to make sure that absolutely everything you needed was included. and you could pick this up and succeed. Now, I don't want to skip over these hearing specialist appointments. We heard our customers when they said, look, we want to have this from the comfort of our own home, but what if we need something? So for this big deal, and for QVC especially, we put together our hearing specialist appointments where you go with our trained specialist team that can help you with absolutely anything. And you can redeem that specialist appointment at absolutely any time when you're setting up the product if you need help. It could be 3 months from now if you want to just check in and learn a little bit more about those hearing profiles. Literally as much or as little as you'd like to use the product, you can, because as soon as you put them on and get them set up in that just first 2-3 minutes, you're going to be able to utilize it in whatever way you want. And with the hearing specialist appointments, it is, if you were to go to just a doctor's visit, typical copays, or it's hundreds of dollars just to get in the door, let alone to actually get the help you need. With this, you can do it from the comfort of your own home, and we will help you with absolutely anything.
Lifetime hearing support, even in your company, that would have cost you an extra $100. It's part of the big deal. Let's go back, if you don't mind, to the videotape where we hear the difference, because I think for many of us, we struggle with this, but we just kind of push it off because we remember those old-fashioned hearing aids. This is a whole new world out there, my friends. Listen.
Hi there, and welcome to the beach. My name is Sarah, and I'll be taking care of you today. Can I start you off with something to drink? Maybe some water.
Or a fresh iced tea. Our specials today are the classic cheeseburger and the crispy chicken salad, both really popular.
Hey, did you go to the feed store the other day?
Yeah, I did. I went and picked up a bunch of grain and hay, and I got food for the chickens, too.
And are we on track with the square bales that we have now? Is it going to
Yeah.
last long enough?
We will need, in 2 weeks, we'll need to go and get more hay.
Okay.
Good evening, I'm Chris Davis, and this is your local news update. Our top story tonight, a local sports team has won a championship, bringing home the trophy for a thrilling final game. Fans are celebrating all over the city. We'll have more on this exciting victory.
Ishan, I could see why this is top rated with over 455-star reviews. Not only did the three of you work together, but you worked with audiologists, with Grammy Award sound engineers as well, to be able to develop this, to make it easy enough that we could access. Can I ask you just a couple of questions? The case is I can recharge my hearing aids in the case, correct?
Yes, absolutely. This is a fully rechargeable device. You're going to get 16 hours of battery life on a single charge, and then you're going to get an additional 2 full uses out of that. So it's about 48 hours of total use time on battery. And obviously with Bluetooth and streaming, that can affect it sometimes if you want to watch a full movie or something with your hearing aids, which some people love to do. But you just be able to use this all day long, and you'll be able to take it with you on the go. And at the end of the day, let's talk about what this really is, because yes, this is obviously the best product for the price. We invented it and reinvented the experience for people. And this is QVC. So you guys only bring, the trusted brands, and we happen to be fortunate enough to have the title of the top rated and kind of most popular hearing aid brand with QVC. So on the technology side, I feel like when you pick it up and see it, you're going to know right away what you can do with this and learn on the fly. But I think what people don't talk about enough is the fact that with this, you are giving someone else or getting back the gift of connection, the ability to hear your spouse say, I love you, the ability to connect at the dinner table, the ability to even live your life. And because this is over the counter, there's no prescription, no hearing test. You can actually gift this to someone. If you're thinking of that person in your head, husband, wife, parent, loved one, that just needs this and doesn't take that step for themselves, I can't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of people in the country have gifted these types of products to people they love with Audien hearing. You can change someone's life. You can change your own life. And we just want you to know you are not alone, right? The big hearing industry is ignored. The 80% of the hearing loss population that can't afford and doesn't wear hearing aids, which represents tens of millions of people in America alone. And Audien was created for that purpose, because when my grandpa needed that help and it didn't exist and they tried to charge him $6,000, there was nowhere to turn. And that is just not the case anymore. So if I could leave everybody with just one thing, it's that this is not just a gadget or a device. This is literally someone's ability to live their life again. And you have the ability to get that home without any troubles and to have full control. And you will get a lifetime of support from us, because when you join Audien, you're a part of that family for life.
5
Thank
easy
you.
pays. You get to try these for 30 days. That's the beauty of it. They're custom.